Are you over the age of 50 and looking for adventure in southern Arizona? Then look no further than the Town of Marana Senior Program, which offers monthly day trips to various destinations such as Tombstone, Apple Annie's, Wilcox, Queen Creek Olive Mill, Dolly Steamboat, and more. Join the adventure and meet new people while discovering everything our beautiful region has to offer. Learn more about upcoming trips by visiting maranaaz.gov/team-senior.
Whether you're starting a business or looking to expand in Marana, our Town Development Services staff will walk you through the steps towards success. Learn about business licenses, development permits, business loans, local and state resources, and more. Let's get to work. For more information, visit maranaaz.gov/business development.
Welcome to Real Talk with the Town, where I sit down with Marana staff to answer your burning questions about our beautiful community. My name is Terry Rozema, and I'm the town manager for the town, so let's get started. Welcome, everybody, to another episode of Real Talk with the Town. My name is Terry, and I am your host, and today we have a couple of esteemed guests here to talk about awards for the Town of Marana. And we have our very own Stefanie Boe from our tourism department. And also we have Wayne Barnett from Parks and Recs. Why don't we have you both say hello and talk about the biggest news going on in Marana today? Stefanie, let's start with you.
Yeah, absolutely. So Fry's opened up today on Tangerine and Gladden Farms. And from everything I'm hearing, it was a huge event and party. And man, as a citizen and an employee, I'm so excited to have that in our neighborhood now and to be so convenient to the freeway. And then, of course, for tourists, they'll be able to grab their sandwich items as they head to Saguaro National Park.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Good plug there. Hey, so somebody told you that, yay, Marana finally has their first fries. Is that true?
That is not true.
Not true.
Not true. That is false.
Fake news. Fake news.
But I can see how people think, up here in the downtown area that this is Marana to them. Mm-hmm. But we definitely think we're still spreading that word. Marana is large, right? And we cover a lot of ground. So we have plenty of fries for everybody now.
Very good. Mm-hmm. So, Wayne, if you had a chance to get to the new fries?
I've driven past it many times.
All right.
I will make it in the door because now I have a great, easy place to stop on my way home to pick up those groceries that I forgot or that my wife tells me we need for dinner today.
There you go. Well, I can tell you as one who was at the grand opening, there were literally thousands of people there. It was incredible. There were people that lined up at 2 o'clock in the morning.
No way.
Yes, 2 o'clock in the morning. The first group of them got there. And then there were people that started showing up at 4 and all the way up to the time of the grand opening.
Were you one of the people there at 2?
I was not.
Okay, just checking.
Ribbon cutting was at 7. I was there at 6:40.
Okay.
So, yeah.
That's incredible.
Not
I think that's such a great testament to how patient the Gladden Farms area has been and the hard work that the town did to make this happen. So a magic moment in Marana.
No question. No question. So great to have Fry's in the house in North Marana and looking forward to what's going to happen there. So this might not be a widely known fact, but I don't know if you guys saw this. It was recently published that Marana was number 9 in the state of Arizona for best places to live.
I did see that.
You saw it?
I did.
Wow. So I'm hoping some of our listeners have seen that. If they haven't, they're hearing about it now, and they can go out and look for that link and read about Marana being in the number 9 spot. And we're gonna work our way all the way up to number 1. And part of what enables us to get there, to be a community that people love to work in, is what happens here in the town of Marana. And we have amazing employees, people doing great stuff. And we're going to highlight some of the awards that the town has been getting recently. And Stefanie, I'd like to start with you with a couple of big ones that you had. And actually, they're coming back to us this year, right?
They are for 2025.
For 2025, they're coming back. But in 2024, these two were award-winning programs for us and for the town. So why don't you talk about Echelon and then Marana Time trials.
Time trials.
Yes.
Great. Yeah. So we are really fortunate to have paired up with Oro Valley to really highlight cycling in northern Marana. And we brought the Tucson Bicycle Classic to Oro Valley and Marana, and also the Project Echelon Grand Fondo ride, which is basically a very long ride for veterans. And those two events really kicked off this partnership in 2024, and we were recognized by the Arizona Office of Tourism for Best Regional Tourism Partnership.
That's fantastic. So, Stephanie, tell me a little bit about how events like this have an impact on a community.
Oh, absolutely. So this was kind of a test year. A time trial is something not too many people are familiar with. So we got a good chance to host that here in Marana and see how it works. So we didn't have a ton of spectators this year, but what we do have now is great storytelling for 2025 to help people understand, why they should come out. It's going to be rodeo weekend, so they're going to have some time off anyway with the kiddos. Come out and watch these elite cyclists from all over the world go as fast as they can, and they're only going up against each other. And then that tells us where they'll be in the next leg of the race, their starting position. So it's a really exciting event. They have these high dollar bikes that they're riding, and they shoot out of the gate really fast. And again, we got cyclists, over 600 cyclists from all over the world. You'll never have a chance to be that close to them as you are in Marana.
Well, Stephanie, you said a couple of very key things there. Number one, you said elite riders, right? And number two, you said the types of bikes that they're using and how close you can get to them. So we're not talking about, Joe Smith down the road with his Huffy bicycle, riding in this. You said from around the world.
Around the world,
right?
Yeah.
So these are the very top riders in the world.
They are, or they're the riders who are on their way to the top. And what we're working on for 2025 is really bringing more of the teams to our community and to Oro Valley to do their training as well. So I think you probably already know that a lot of cyclists use our area as a training ground.
Indeed.
But we want to formalize that, really help them find the vacation homes that are already in our community and, kind of work out of those and the hotels and things, and really make sure they know where they can eat in the community, work with local restaurants to maybe come up with some deals so that the cyclists can come in and support local business in a more meaningful way. So again, it was like a test trial in 2024 to figure out how, could we do this? Could we pull it off? Which we did. And then what can we do from there? And so we're already in talks with the Tucson Bicycle Classic and Project Echelon to get things solidified for 25 and keep going with this. I think it'll be a great long-term partnership with Oro Valley as well, to really just highlight all the cycling opportunities in our area.
Well, outstanding. Great job to you, Stephanie, and to the team that helped on all that. Wonderful publicity for the town, and just keep up the great work. I'm going to move over to you here, Wayne. We're going to talk about actually an award-winning event that we just happened to have again 5 nights ago, this past Saturday anyway. I can't remember what today is. It's Wednesday, I guess. So about 5 days ago, we had our Fall Festival. So let's talk a little bit about Fall Festival and a recent award that it received at an event that was held right here in Tucson.
Yeah, Terry, thanks.
Have you heard? Marana has unforgettable festivals and events. From parades to fireworks, rodeo competitions to light shows, we'll show you a good time. Learn more about the Marana Signature Event Series by visiting maranaaz.gov/events.
Property crimes are often the result of opportunity. You can take action to help reduce crime by starting a Neighborhood Watch program. Neighborhood Watch serves as a guide for more eyes and ears in your neighborhood. Contact the Marana Police Department Community Resource Unit at 520-382-2055 for more information.
Don't let the heat of the moment catch you off guard. Northwest Fire District Public Education Team offers a range of programs including fire life safety community education, fire extinguisher training, car seat inspections, babysitting programs, senior safety talks, engine demonstrations, and station tours. Your well-being is our priority. For more information, visit nwfdaz.gov or call us at 520-887-1010. Together, we can create a safer and more informed community.
So the Fall Festival, as we talked about, just happened this past weekend, but last year's Fall Festival was awarded by the Arizona Parks and Recreation Association as the outstanding special event of the year for communities 25,000 to 100,000.
Wow.
And so we're really excited about that. And the great thing is that last year's event won this award, but this year's event was even better. So if you've never been to Fall Festival, it's just a great, fun family event. It highlights Marana's history and heritage. There's activities for all ages. We've got carnival rides. Jim Conroy and I, in fact, were looking at that big ride that spins around really fast. And
You didn't do that, did you?
We didn't do it, but we talked about how we would have done it years ago.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. If I did it today, I'd walk out of there green.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. It was fun to watch, but we were smart enough not to get on it.
And you weren't able to get on a sheep and do any mutton busting.
No. And that's lucky for the sheep.
Yeah.
But yeah, so mutton busting is a great fun activity for the youth. They have a great time there. We have our spooky garden. So kids were allowed to come and carve up pumpkins. And then we decorated the garden and lit them up as a little course for them to walk through. We had live entertainment. We had vendor booths. So just a really fun, wholesome event. And then we even had a movie under the pole barn. Mm-hmm. So again, stuff for everybody. And as I said, last year's event won the award, but every year it gets a little bit better. We had great photo ops for families. You saw families lining up, taking their Christmas cards. And so it's a fun event. We're really proud of it. And it was, as you mentioned, recognized at this year's Arizona Parks and Recreation Association conference, which we were fortunate enough to host here in Southern Arizona. A number of our staff worked on that conference, and so it was really special for us to be the host community and also be able to receive these awards in front of our friends and colleagues.
Yeah, and refresh my memory, who is the president of that association?
Well, that would be me.
Oh, Wayne Barnett, our very own Wayne Barnett, Deputy Director of Parks and Recs, is the state president for the association. That's fantastic. And I got to tell you, that that giant pumpkin you had there, oh my gosh, that was amazing. It's got to be the largest pumpkin in the world.
Yeah, that's new this year.
The world or not, but it was awesome.
It's pretty big.
Yeah.
That pumpkin was new this year, and Shelby Shear, our special events supervisor, was looking at a pumpkin, and she was looking at a 15-foot pumpkin. Mm-hmm. And one of our teammates said, "No, you got to go bigger."
Was it Alex?
So it was Dominic.
It was Dominic.
It was Dominic.
Dom said, "Go big or go home."
Go big or don't bring that stuff around here.
All right.
And so we ended up with a 26-foot pumpkin.
Yes.
And you could almost see it from the freeway.
You could. Yeah, it was crazy.
It was pretty cool.
Yeah, it was very cool. Well, it was a wonderful event indeed. I had an opportunity. I ran into Shelby and Alex today over at the award ceremony this morning, and just complimented them and the entire team. Kudos to you and the whole group, because it does literally get better every single year.
It does. And what I really appreciate about this event and all of our events is that it's a town-wide effort.
Yeah.
Every department is a part of our special events planning committee, and we need everybody to get it done because there are so many moving parts and there are only so many parks and recreation people. So we rely on the entire town. And I do want to take just a minute to give kudos to our park maintenance team. If you're at the event, you never came across a full trash can because those folks are out there just making sure that everything is taken care of, everything is accommodated, and they're stealth. They move through the crowd, they get the job done, and they go on about their business.
Fantastic. Now, you guys also recently received another award. And this program, or this, it's not really a program, it's more of a, help me out.
So this was called the Media Award.
The Media Award.
Yeah.
So this was the second award that you got.
Correct.
For Splash Savvy, which has been a great program or whatever we would call it. But
Yeah. So Splash Savvy, just real quick about Splash Savvy, we're really proud of this program. Our aquatic supervisor, Kevin Goodrich, had this idea about 4 or 5 years ago for a program centered around drowning prevention, but really focused on what do you do in the case of a drowning. And so he got together with Vic and our very own communications team. They partnered with Marana Police, with Northwest Fire and Marana Health Department, and they started creating a campaign to educate the public on what you should do if you were present at the event of a drowning. And so every year the program gets bigger and better and changes and continues to be meaningful to our community. And so what this award does is it recognizes agencies who use print media, who use electronic media, digital media to promote parks facilities or programs, and in our case, Splash Savvy, to your communities and demonstrates increased awareness in the community. And this award recognizes the great work that not only our team has done, but our communications team, led by Vic Hathaway. They've been key to this. They've helped us sort of take Kevin's vision, shape it, change it, make it so that it's digestible for the public. And I can see this program continuing for years to come. It's won multiple awards, including national awards, and it's just going to continue and breathe life into it and change and morph over the years. But really, kudos to Vic and her team for capturing that vision and just bringing it to life.
it really has come to life, and it has gotten better and better and more well-known as time goes on. So great job and great segue, quite frankly. And we have a surprise guest, although she's not really a guest because she's always here.
I'm always here.
Our director and producer and manager of the communications team. We're going to segue over to Vic Hathaway because lest you thought we were done with 4 awards for the Town of Marana, we have yet another award. And I would like you, Vic, to talk about that award by our very own Hannah Schilling. So
That's right. So this year we competed in the City County Communications and Marketing Association, which is a national association in the category of other types of publications. And we won for the top award, the Savvy Award, for the Greetings from Marana Adventure Journal, which was our way to gamify engagement in our community, getting our residents out and meeting their neighbors and learning about our programs.
that's fantastic. And top award. This is not a participation trophy that we got here. This is first place ribbon and trophy, the Savvy Award, and on a national level. Mm-hmm. So this is really impressive. So tell me a little bit about how this came to be for us, Vic.
Sure. Yeah, I do feel like we had a unique opportunity to compete with something that was very new in the realm of local government outreach. So we took inspiration from tracker journals, from bullet journals, from ways that families keep track and plan ahead for their travel and their trips around their own community. And so what we did was we collaborated with our departments. Tourism was one of them. Stephanie was part of it, as was Events and Parks and Recreation. And we created spreads in this book to encourage people to get out to their local library and read, to track their hiking trails, to look at our events calendar and attend our events, to visit the dog park and track the friends that your dogs make, to track the birds you see in the parks. So we put all of this together and combined it with coloring pages and other creative spreads. And our designer, Hannah Schilling, worked off of this very ambitious vision and designed the whole thing. And we started handing it out a year ago, and they just flew off the tables. You can't keep them on the tables. They go instantly, but we also have them available digitally online for anyone who wants to see them.
They have become wildly popular. Mm-hmm. I hear about them all the time when I'm out there. So I appreciate Stephanie, Vic, Wayne, you guys coming on the show here and talking a little bit about the great things that are going on in the town and how we have a number of programs that are award winning. We have many other programs, quite frankly, that maybe aren't winning awards, but things that are so impactful to the community, and we're grateful. And I'm curious if, Wayne, I'll start perhaps with you. If you could just talk about how it takes a team coming together to make these things happen. You did talk a little bit about it with the Fall Festival, but if you could just kind of talk, I mean, obviously, like with Fall Festival, you have two people that are kind of the head of the spear there, and Vic with this, greetings from Marana booklet. Hannah is the main point person. But talk a little bit about Wayne first, and then you, Vic. We'll pop over to you to talk about the number of people. Public service is a team sport. So let's talk a little bit about that real quick before we finish up.
It really is, and particularly in an organization this size, everything we do is all hands on deck. So we each have our area of expertise and our area of responsibility, but we rely on each other for everything we do. And that's not just within our department, it's within the entire Town of Marana structure. Mm-hmm. So I know if we've got an event or even, a small program and we need to reach out to Public Works because we need some help grading or rolling a surface to make sure it's safe, we can pick up a phone and make a phone call and make that connection right away. And that happens throughout the Town of Marana. It's one of the things, frankly, I love working about working here, is that we're a team. From the day you start, you're made to feel that way, and it's genuine, and I feel that sincerely across the board.
Very good. Vic.
Yeah, I completely agree with everything Wayne said, and I'll add that one thing I love about here is in Marana, our departments aren't siloed from each other. It's very much encouraged to have communication across the different departments. It's essential to our jobs. So I feel very thankful to have this opportunity. And a really good example of this coming up is our treat trail that happens this week. Mm-hmm. And we're having people from different departments to come out and hand out candies to the kids. And this is such a great way that we all come together and just enjoy the holidays.
Yeah, and I got to tell you, some of the people here really get into Halloween, man.
Yes, they do.
Really get into Halloween. And I'm really glad I asked that question because I was hoping the very words that you guys both spoke were going to come out, because I think that's such a key element of the great culture here in the Town of Marana, is that it really is a team environment. Although we have 12 different departments, it's not a siloed organization. People reach across and help each other out and get the job done. And it's just truly a joy working here. I agree with you guys. So greatly appreciate each one of you, Stefanie, Vic, and Wayne, for being on the show today. Thanks for telling all of our listeners about these wonderful awards. And listeners out there, if you have questions for us, please send them in. We'd love to hear from you. Until next time. Submit your questions by visiting maranaaz.gov/realtalk, and we'll answer them right here. To receive notifications for new releases, remember to hit subscribe wherever you get your podcasts. Also, remember to follow the town on Facebook, X, formerly known as Twitter, and Instagram to stay up to date on current news and events.